Hey music makers out there, James Russell here, and welcome to a quick episode of Studio Hacks. Today this is just a quick tip on playlists. Now playlists are amazing, and they've only just been around for the last couple of years in most stores. Some of them still don't have it. I know Ableton don't have playlists. And basically, I'm just going to quickly tell you some of the benefits of them. Now, I work in a studio, essentially I record bands all the time, and playlists are absolutely invaluable. It's funny, I've worked with a couple of producers that come in, and I'm really astounded that a lot of them don't know how to use playlists. Playlists are super important, and literally will save you so much time, and will save you so much hassle later on. So let's have a quick look at playlists, and essentially what I use them for. One of the big things that I use playlists for is, say I've recorded some drums, multi-mics like I have here. All the blue ones, as you can see, are drums. Essentially what's happened, I've recorded them. The band, we've been doing the beds, so thankfully we're in a big studio, we're live tracking the beds, but this does also apply, say, if you're recording at home. Basically, it doesn't really matter what instrument, especially if you're trying to record yourself at home, playlists will work really well. Now what happens is, this is in Pro Tools, but essentially Logic also has the same functionality, and so does Cubase. You go up here, with Pro Tools you hit Control, Option, Command, you press this little arrow, and all the playlists come underneath. Now what happens is, essentially, I've recorded a band, so I'm recording drums. Now I do it, if I've got the whole band together, I'll do them all in one track and one group. I'll record one take, they'll play all the way through that take, and then essentially I'll go up here and I'll click this little arrow and say new, and that will then create another fresh playlist for me to record another take onto, and by the end of it I've got 4 takes that I can do what's called comp from. So essentially I can then grab this bit, you press the little arrow, and it'll then pop it up here. Then I like the chorus, that's another bit, press that little arrow, and so on. Now that works really well for recording drums or even a whole band, it's pretty massive. The other thing that playlists are immensely useful for is actually doing lead vocals. Say I've recorded a lead vocal. Let me just reactivate that. Say I've recorded a lead vocal. Essentially, same thing has happened. I've recorded 4 vocals, and I want to grab the first phrase of this one, pop it up there, and eventually do a comp. So playlists essentially means that a whole lot's under the hood, and then you can then use it later to perform a comp. So that's why I think playlists are immensely valuable, and that's my quick little pro tip for Studio Hacks. So hit like button, hit subscribe, leave a comment if you want me to cover something, and I'm James Russell, and I'll catch you next episode.